Hi, my name is Sylvie. I am a certified health coach and yoga instructor, and today I'm going to show you how to rotate into wheel pose. That's something I learned fairly recently after the age of 40, and I'm going to share the best tips and the best drills that allowed me to finally be able to rotate into wheel pose. In case you don't know what it means to rotate into wheel pose, it means that instead of entering your wheel pose from your back, raising into bridge, and then lifting to wheel, you are starting from like a tabletop position. Here, my fingers are pointing up. Your knees, you can be on your tippy toes, and your knees are moving forward. And then you're placing most of your weight here on the outside of your hand, and then you can shift your weight to your shoulders. And now your fingers are pointing towards your feet. You can also exit the same way. And as you can see, I am still struggling a little bit, but I can do it. So I'm pretty proud of myself. I'm going to share the best tips that are gonna enable you to do it too. The first thing is that your wheel has to be strong. Before you start thinking about rotating into wheel, make sure you have a nice, strong wheel pose. You're able to hold it for, at least 5 to 10 breaths. And then you can start working on the drills that I'll share with you today. The number one drill that really helped me was to just start in a regular wheel, lifting here into wheel, but then from here, lift one hand, back down, and then lift the other one, and then back down. Repeat that a few times just to give you some confidence and some muscle memory, because the movement is similar to what you'll have to do when you rotate into wheel. Another thing that was really helpful was to learn the movement of twisting that hand that is on the mat, because when you rotate into wheel, you're going to be twisting the hand that is on the mat to eventually face back. It starts at the top with your fingers at the top. So here you see my fingers are pointing forward. As I rotate into wheel, you got to be rotating those fingers down, but basically it's at the end. You actually rotate them when you place the second hand on the mat. But that being said, you're spreading your weight on that hand in a way that it'll make it easier to rotate once you place that second hand on the mat. You really gotta feel your weight on that outer edge of your hand and start rotating it. And you can practice this on the wall like that. You could go like this on the wall. That's a way to practice. You're practicing the movement, placing the outer edge of your hand on the wall and rotating it. And then you can practice here using a wall. You can do the same thing on the floor. That is another thing you can try to get to practice rotating into wheel. Lastly, the more you practice your wheel, the better. I still cannot rotate into wheel unless I am already warmed up into wheel. So I usually do 3 wheels, lifting from the mat. And then after doing these, I play around with rotating into wheel. I really feel stiff in my back and shoulders for that first wheel. I don't think I could rotate into wheel before getting warmed up. Practice your wheel over and over and over with the 2 drills I gave you. You should be able to eventually rotate into wheel pose. I have 2 great back bending videos that I used when I was really wanting to get deeper in my wheel pose, and I'll share these in the description below.